Good day, everyone. By the way, I would like to introduce myself. I am Shirylyn Berongoy. I'm pursuing a Master Business Administration while also working as a registrar staff in Ldcu-Berongoy University. Today, I'll be presenting my thesis titled Communication Effectiveness, Student-Centered Approach, and Quality of Service in Registrar's Office in a Private Institution, and aims to contribute to an enhanced educational environment by emphasizing the importance of communication and student-focused strategies in delivering quality service. And I look forward to sharing my findings and receiving your feedback. In the field of school registry, job description do not merely cover the four corners of the office. Hence, it covers every student's detailed in connection of being stakeholder in the institution. School registrar uses system addressing service satisfaction from admission to graduation. For the introduction, according to Sullivan 2017, that the role of school registrar evolved from record keeping to data analysis and management for informed decision making. And Abbas Sagsagan in 2019 stressed that higher education institution must contribute to cultural, social, and academic development in today's competitive global market. Similarly, 2018 argues that service quality is determined by customer satisfaction, not just by the organization themselves, and also highlighted that the importance of focusing on customer is needed. In addition, according to Warming and Feidenberg 2017, that student-centered approach enhances education experience and students are the primary customers of HEI, so their satisfaction must be ensured. And lastly, by PubCivic 2016, importance of effective communication essential for disseminating information and fostering a supportive educational environment. For the objective of the study, this study aims to provide actionable insights for optimizing registrar's practices, improving student satisfaction, and informing the development of targeted training programs for university personnel. These findings suggest that while registrars demonstrate strengths in communication effectiveness and prioritizing student needs, improvements are needed in providing timely feedback and enhancing training resources. And also, increased student collaboration and clear performance standards can further enhance service delivery. So this is my schematic presentation. So the interplay of the variables, the independent variables and the dependent variables. So this is my research methodology. Research setting is Liceo de Caga University. Research design is descriptive correlation and causal research design. For the participants and sampling procedure, I have 351 students, which consists third year and fourth year students. So the research instruments is the studies included students from different colleges, from paramedical and non-paramedical programs at Liceo de Cagayan University. So the questionnaire is personally made, fit for respondents' profiles. For the statement of the problem, I have 5 problems. So number one of it is, what is the level of communication effectiveness in terms of the quality of communication, policy transparency and fairness, and feedback mechanism? For the result, the overall mean score of 3.77 and the SD is 0.889. So all the variables were generally rated as high level. For the conclusion, communication effectiveness is strong overall, particularly in professionalism and confidentiality, which fosters stakeholder trust. However, improvements are needed in providing timely feedback, offering training resources, and proactively seeking feedback to encourage open dialogue. Addressing these areas will enhance communication practices further. For the second statement of the problem is, what is the level of student-centered approach in terms of prioritizing student needs, addressing student needs, supportive environment, and welcoming environment? For the result, the overall mean score of 3.69 and the SD is 0.89. So all these variables were generally rated as high level. For the conclusion, the registrar's office is effective in prioritizing student needs and fostering inclusivity, but can improve by involving students in decision making, addressing diverse needs through tailored services and staff training, recognizing student needs, achievements, enhancing personal interaction to make students feel valued. These changes would further strengthen the student-centered approach. So what is the level of quality of service in terms of efficiencies, timeliness, staff competency, professionalism, customer support, and lastly, the technological infrastructure? For the overall result is the overall mean score of 3.77. So the SD is 0.93. So these variables were generally rated as high level. For the conclusion, the registrar's office delivers high quality service efficiency, the timeliness, the staff competency, and the support. However, there are opportunities for improvement, including the students' involvement, service enhancement, setting clear performance standards, providing regular staff feedback, uh, serving a role model, seeking more student feedback, and leveraging the technology to enhance the student's experience. For the number four, is there a significant relationship between quality service in terms of communication effectiveness and a student-centered approach? So the result is there's no significant relationship between the quality of service in terms of communication effectiveness and a student-centered approach. But the result is the p-value is 0.00, p-value is 0.00, the student-centered approach. So therefore, we reject the null hypothesis because it included that the found significant positive relationship between quality service and the key factors like communication effectiveness and student-centered approaches, suggesting improvement in communication quality. So the policy transparency, the feedback, and supportive environment will likely enhance the service quality. For the number five statement of the problem is which variable singly or in combination influence quality of service. So the result is the variable that significantly best predicted or influence quality service is welcoming environment, which is the beta result of 0.227, followed by the supportive environment with a beta result of 0.170, while the rest of the variables fail to predict or influence the quality of service. So the hypothesis two is the variables do not significantly influence student-centered approach for the big, but but it therefore concluded that they reject the Hanal hypothesis. So the conclusion for this is the study found a positive relationship between the quality service and the independent variables like welcoming environment and supportive environment. Welcoming environment was the most significant influence on quality service, followed by supportive environment. So together, explaining a substantial portion of its variability. So these are my recommendation: higher education institution, registrar's personnel, for the registrar staff, for the students, for the alumni of the institution, the policy makers, and lastly, the future researchers. For the impact of the study has a significant impact on the various stakeholders for research for HEIs. It emphasizes the importance of creating a welcoming and supportive environment to improve service quality, student satisfaction, and retention rates. It also helped register office enhance communication, staff training, and service delivery, creating a more student-centered approach. For students, the study shows that a positive environment leads to higher satisfaction and engagement, fostering a better academic experience. Policymakers can use findings to shape regulations that prioritize effective communication and service quality. Additionally, this research paves the way for future studies for improving student services and strengthening alumni relations by ensuring continued positive experience with the registrar's office. For this study highlights the direct connection between the physical and cultural environment of the registrar's office of the qualities of services. So the benefits of this is for the students and also in the institutions. For this is my references and references. So before I will end my presentation, I would like to have a closing statement which throughout my research journey, I have gained invaluable insights into my importance of persistence and adaptability and commitment to continuous learning. Each challenge I faced taught not me not to the technical skills needed, but also the resilience to approach problems from different angles. Engaging with diverse perspectives and constantly refining my approaches has deepened my understanding of this matter and its broader implication. This journey has been transformative, not just in terms of my knowledge gain, but also in my personal growth. The lesson learned will undoubtedly continue to shape my academic and not just by my academic, but for my personal path. And I look forward to applying this insight in my future endeavors. And that would be all. Thank you very much and God bless all.